Hey, thanks for tuning in.
On behalf of Honda Canada, we'd like to congratulate you on the purchase of your new Honda Civic.
Whether you've chosen the sleek Civic Coupe
or the sophisticated Civic sedan, you're in for a real treat.
Honda's meticulous engineering and superior craftsmanship mean years of driving excitement and worry-free performance.
If your dealership hasn't already confirmed the delivery date for your new Civic, don't worry, they will soon. Once your Civic arrives at the dealership, they'll schedule the installation of any Honda accessories you've ordered and contact you to set up an appointment. Then, just before you arrive, your Civic will be given its final cleaning and inspection.
When you come in, your salesperson will run through all of the features and functions. It's a lot to remember, especially when all you really want to do is get in and start driving.
That's where we come in, to give you a quick demonstration on how to operate and care for your new Civic so you'll be able to enjoy it for years to come.
This video is about 25 minutes long. It's divided into segments listed here on the video sleeve. View the whole tape at once, or use the sleeve and skip ahead to a specific segment. Right now, we're in section 1, the introduction.
But enough about us. Let's get to the good stuff. Before taking your new Civic on the road, you'll want to adjust the position of the driver's seat. To do that, use the lever under the seat to move as far back as is comfortable and still reach the pedals. Now use the control here on the side to adjust the angle. And make sure to keep a safe and comfortable distance between you and the steering wheel. And to adjust the steering column, unlock it using this lever here and adjust it so that you can see the instrument panels clearly, then lock it. Always make sure the steering column is locked before starting the engine and never, ever try to adjust it while you're driving. Finally, adjust the head restraint so it's level with the top of your ears. Oh, thanks.
Once your seat is in position, you'll need to set the mirrors. First, adjust the rear view mirror. To reduce glare from headlights, use the tab to flip it to the night position. Adjust the side mirrors by using the toggle pad on the lower left side of the dashboard. Remember, the less you can see of your car, the more you'll see of what's around you. Hi.
And always, always use your seatbelt. Wearing one doesn't just reduce the risk of injury. In Canada, it's the law.
In the sedan, you can adjust the front seatbelt to suit your height.
Sit upright with your back against the seat and your feet on the floor. The shoulder strap should cross right at the collarbone. The lap belt should fit snugly and as low across your hips as possible. Then, check to make sure the buckle is completely fastened.
Your Civic is also equipped with front passenger and driver airbags in the case of a frontal collision. So you should keep the passenger and driver seats positioned as far back as possible without compromising your driving position. And please, always remember, airbags work with your seatbelts. They don't replace them.
With Honda, your safety comes first. Your Civic is built to surpass all of the government standards for passive structural impact during side, rear, and frontal collisions.
Honda's designed your new Civic so everything you need is at your fingertips. Turn the key and the information appears as the vehicle checks out its internal systems. If the driver's seatbelt is unfastened, a light will appear and a beep will sound. Other indicator lights include the turn signals, cruise control, high beams and low fuel, even the open door and trunk lid indicator.
Red or orange lights that remain on after the car has started or that appear while driving usually means that there's something you should pay attention to right away. And every 16,000 kilometers, a black on orange indicator will appear to remind you that it's time for a maintenance visit to your Honda dealer. The service department will reset this light after each visit.
The tachometer and speedometer gauges are large and easy to read. Reset the trip meter by pushing here.
Turn signals and headlight controls are on the left steering column arm. To turn the headlights on, turn the end until it stops, and back to turn them off. For high beams, push forward, pull back again to return to low beams.
For extra visibility, your Civic has daytime running lights. These are located only at the front of the car, so at dusk, you'll need to turn on the rest of your lighting system.
To help you remember, at dusk you'll see a faint glow where your high beam indicator is. If it appears brighter after you switch on your lights, your high beams are still on. The lever on the right side of the steering column controls the windshield wipers. To pulse the wipers once, push up once. For intermittent wipers, push down 1 notch. Activate the washers with a slight pull toward you. To defrost the rear window, press this button. And to activate your 4-way flashers, press this one. And for the horn, press the center pad. Oh, sorry. On the sedan, the remote fuel tank and trunk releases are tucked next to the driver's seat. Pull up to open the trunk and push down to open the gas fill door. And here's the interior hood release.
To open the hood, the lever is just to the left of center.
The heating and ventilating system on the Civic is designed for all driving conditions and is centrally located for easy access. To defrost or defog the windows, just start the engine, select defrost, the fresh air mode, and switch the fan and temperature controls to max. The air conditioning will come on automatically to speed up the defogging process.
You can direct the flow of air by adjusting the side and center vents. You can also defog the side windows faster by directing these vents up and against the glass. For heat, just turn the temperature dial. For aircon, set the temperature dial, press AC, and set the fan speed.
This Honda Civic Coupe comes with an AM/FM stereo, CD player, and 6, count 'em, 6 speakers for the cleanest, sweetest sound around. Press the power volume button to turn the system on, then turn it to adjust the volume.
Hang on. Before you start that, let's set the clock first. To set the time, hold the clock button in and press the preset station button 4 to move the hours, and button 5 to move the minutes.
Now it's time for the really important part, the stereo.
This is going to be loud.
She really loves it. To dial in your favorite station, select AM or FM, then use the Seek skip arrow to scan up or down the band. The Seek function is great for road trips because it automatically stops on stations with the strongest signals. Or, save your favorite stations using the 6 preset buttons. Each button stores 1 AM station, and by using FM1 and FM2, you can store 2 different FM stations on each button. Just tune into the station you want, and store it on the button you want by pressing it until it beeps. Use the Mode button to adjust the bass, treble, balance, and fade. If your Honda Coupe has a built-in CD player, push the selector to CD and insert the disc. The track number is displayed here. Tap the left arrow of the Seek Scan button to move back to the beginning of the song, and tap the right arrow to skip ahead. CDs fit in this convenient storage bin.
The Civic also has drink holders large enough for your travel mug, or an extra tall, extra frothy, no-fat, half-calf latte.
Our Civic is chock full of personal safety features for the protection and comfort of every member of our family.
When you pick up your Civic, you receive 2 master keys and a valet key. Each contains the immobilizer feature, a built-in coded transponder that acts as an anti-theft device. Your engine's fuel injection and ignition systems will not respond unless they recognize the correct transponder code. Only your Honda dealer has the specialized equipment needed to cut and program keys for your Civic. These master keys open both front doors, the trunk, and activate the ignition.
They also lock the rear seat trunk access, as well as the remote trunk and fuel releases.
The valet key only works on the doors and ignition, so you can leave it with a parking lot attendant or anyone else you don't want to have access to the trunk or fuel release.
Depending on the model you've chosen, your Civic may also come with the keyless entry feature, so you can lock or unlock your doors using this remote transmitter. No more fumbling for your keys in a deserted parking lot or when your arms are full of groceries. Push the lock button and the doors will lock and the parking lights will flash. Push the unlock button once to unlock the driver's door and turn on the interior dome light. And push it again to unlock the rest of the doors. There's also a panic button which activates the horn and exterior lights to attract attention. To cancel, press any button on the transmitter.
I love remotes.
Honey.
The master door locks. This switch on the driver's door controls all the door locks. Push it down to lock, up to unlock. You can also lock all the doors by pushing down the driver's lock tab or by locking the driver's door from the outside.
Some models are also equipped with an anti-lock brake system, or ABS for short, for better control in tough braking situations.
Imagine it's raining and a dog runs out in front of your car. You hit the brakes and your Civic's ABS kicks in, rapidly pumping the brakes, much faster than you can, to prevent your wheels from locking up and skidding.
Just keep a firm, steady pressure on the brake pedal and steer away from the hazard. You may hear kind of a chattering sound and feel the pedal pulse. That's perfectly normal. But if you see this signal on the dash, the ABS is not working. The brakes will continue to work like a conventional system, but you should take your Civic in for service pronto. And remember, the ABS will not reduce the time or distance it takes your Civic to stop, so always drive at a speed that's safe for the road and weather conditions.
Julie. Depending on the model, your Civic may also come equipped with a map light.
Not that it'll get much use in his car.
Power windows, so you can raise and lower the windows individually or just from the driver's side. And cruise control.
Cruise control enables you to maintain any speed over 40 kilometers an hour without keeping your foot on the gas, which makes it perfect for highway driving.
It's not for city driving, winding or slippery roads, heavy rain, or bad weather.
To set the cruise control, push the master switch to the left of the steering column on the instrument panel. Then accelerate to your desired cruising speed. Now press the Set Decel button on the steering wheel. The cruise control light will come on. To accelerate well on cruise control, press and hold the Resume Excel button until you reach your desired speed, and release the button. To cancel the cruise control at any time, just tap on the brake pedal, or press the cruise control master switch, or press the cancel button.
Your Civic is available with either a 5-speed manual transmission or with a 4-speed automatic like mine. For safety, with the automatic transmission, you must have your foot on the brake in order to shift out of park. With the manual transmission, you must completely depress and hold in the clutch pedal to start the car. Both transmissions also have a parking brake on the center console. Be sure to always set the parking brake when you park your vehicle. As we talked about earlier, when the car is in motion, the driver and all passengers must wear safety restraints. For children like Mallory here, the Civic has specially designed features to ensure their comfort and safety. Come here.
Infants, toddlers, and children up to about age 12 should always ride in the back. And until they're tall enough for a shoulder strap to fit properly, a car seat is a must. In the Civic we just traded in, we were using a tether strap seat for Mallory. Your new Civic has 3 tether anchorage points on the rear shelf, so kids can sit in any of the 3 seating positions back here. Just attach the tether strap hook to the anchorage point and tighten according to the instructions.
With our new Civic, we're switching to an ISOFIX seat. And whether you choose the recommended ISOFIX seat or the tether strap, before you buy a car seat, make sure that it meets the Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. Right?
With an ISOFIX seat, you don't have to worry about installation or fooling around with the seat belts. I just strap Mallory in according to the manufacturer's instructions.
Another special Civic child safety feature is the main window control switch on the driver's door armrest. When the switch is on, only the driver can open and close the windows. Your Civic also comes equipped with child-proof door locks to keep small passengers from opening the rear doors. Once this little lever is set in the lock position, the door cannot be opened from the inside, regardless of the position of the lock tab inside the door. And remember, never ever leave your child in a car unattended, even for a moment.
You're really going to love how easy Honda's made it to keep your Civic looking and performing its best. Number 1, follow the maintenance schedule listed in your owner's manual and keep it up to date. Number 2, always use Honda specified products. They're listed in here as well. And number 3, always bring your Civic home to your Honda dealer. Their factory-trained technicians know how to keep your Civic performing at its best.
You'll also want to give the brakes and engine a chance to wear in. For the first week, try and avoid hard braking when you can. And take it easy on the full throttle starts and rapid acceleration for the first month.
Your Civic operates on regular unleaded gasoline. About once a week, take a moment to top up fluid for the windshield washers. Check out the coolant and test the level of oil. You want to check on that? I'll pop the hood.
I do this every time I stop for gas. That way, I won't forget. The reservoir for the washers is located here, to make it easy to add more. Now for the oil. Your Civic uses 5W20 oil, available from your Honda dealer. This new oil is specially formulated to enable your Civic to operate at peak efficiency for fuel economy and emissions. To check the oil, the dipstick is right here. Just remove it, wipe it clean, put it all the way back in, and remove it again. If the oil is showing below the line, add some more. This is fine. It's also recommended to have your oil changed every 10,000 kilometers, or about once a year.
Once a month, or before you leave on a long trip, it's a good idea to check the tire pressure, the brake fluid, and if your Civic is an automatic, the transmission fluid. That's this yellow dipstick here. Just wipe, return it, and if it's low, add Honda Premium Automatic Formula transmission fluid until it reaches the upper mark. The brake fluid reservoir is right here, so you can refill it as needed.
To check the tire pressure, you'll need a pressure gauge like this one. The best time to do it is when the car has not been driven for at least 3 hours. And don't forget to check the spare.
The safest place to store cargo in your Civic is in the trunk, where it can't fly around and hurt someone if you have to stop suddenly.
Oh, can you pass me that?
Distribute things as evenly as you can, starting with the heaviest pieces first. Some people believe if it fits in the car must be able to carry it. But really, your Civic carries up to 395 kilograms of passengers and cargo.
Oh, there was a sale. For extra storage, you can fold down the back seat of your Civic by using the master key from the inside, or pulling down either of these from inside the trunk. Just make sure your cargo is fastened so it stays put while you're on the road.
In the old days, you had to slam the doors and trunk to make sure they stayed shut, but not anymore. A lot of time, effort, and technology has gone into balancing all these. So all you need to do is give this a gentle push.
You'll also want to avoid setting groceries and other heavy things on the hood. Hey!
With proper maintenance and a little careful driving, it's unlikely you'll ever have to change a flat tire. But it never hurts to know how. First, pull the car into a safe place where the ground is hard and level. Put it in park, or if you're driving a manual, reverse and use the parking brake. Turn on the hazard lights and make sure the ignition is locked. Then get everyone out of the car. Mike.
Oh. The spare tire, the jack, and all the tools you need are right here in the trunk. Take the tool kit, remove this wing bolt, and take the tire out of the well. Turn the end crank to loosen the jack.
There you go. Use the wheel wrench to loosen each of the nuts a half a turn. Then use the appropriate jacking point. Position the jack so that it is resting in the jack notch. Then use the extension and the wrench to raise the car until the wheel is just off the ground. Remove the nuts and the wheel cover, then slide off the flat and put it off to the side, outside up, so you don't scratch the face. This might be hot, so carefully wipe away any dirt with a clean cloth. Put on the spare and screw on the nuts in a crisscross pattern until the wheel is firmly against the hub. Lower the car, remove the jack, and give the nuts a final tighten using the same crisscross pattern. Wasn't that easy?
When driving on your spare, be sure not to exceed 80 kilometers an hour, and get the spare changed as soon as you can.
Julie. Once you take delivery of your new Civic, you'll want to keep it looking new, inside and out. Your owner's manual is full of helpful hints on how to keep that showroom shine, the best products to use, how to remove tar, tree sap, and other stuff.
It's also got a lot of great tips on removing stains and soils from interior surfaces, plus how to keep the upholstery and fabric looking fresh and new.
Whether you've chosen the coupe
Or the sedan.
your Honda Civic is covered by one of the most extensive warranties in the industry. In fact, most items on your Civic are covered against defects for a full 3 years or 60,000 kilometers by the manufacturer's warranty.
And other warranties cover the powertrain for up to 5 years or 100,000 kilometers. And because of Honda's ongoing commitment to the environment, the warranties on many of the emission-related components last up to 8 years or 130,000 kilometers.
For more details on the warranties and maintenance schedule, take a few minutes to check out your Civic Owner's Manual and Warranty Handbook.
And finally, if you have any questions at all, don't forget, the answers are probably in here, or you can review this tape, or ask your Honda sales representative or service advisor at your dealership.
And that's it. That's the end of the tape. Thank you for your time, and we hope you enjoy owning your new Honda Civic as much as we do driving ours.